Hey, good Friday morning to you. It is just about time for the area's only live, local talk and entertainment show, Virginia This Morning. We are launching into action. I'm Amy Lacey with Kristen Lors today and on this Friday. Great to see you, Kristen.
Lovely to see you. I haven't been here on a Friday in a long time.
I know, it's great.
It's almost called Fry-yay.
Fry-yay.
Right. Happy
That's what
Friday. We're glad to have you with us for an hour full of informative features today. And of course, if you want to watch any of our segments again, you can just by logging on to our show website at virginiathismorning.com.
So we are talking about the weekend. It is almost upon us. For me, just, one of those normal weekends, catching up, doing our normal weekend stuff. You have some exciting plans.
We do. So we were talking about the fashion show this morning at Stony Point at Dillard's. So we'll be there for the Ladies of Elegance. Reba will be there herself. She'll be one of the commentators.
Nice.
It's going to be great. My daughter and I have done it for, I guess, 4 years now.
Wonderful.
I mean, straight through COVID, we made it. It's a great time. It raises a lot of money. I think they raised $50,000. Yeah, absolutely. So great cause. Happy to be part of it.
And you have that fun bonding moment with your daughter too.
Yeah.
It's nice to go there, get
I
dressed
love
up.
Yeah, the
and
mommy
do
and
it.
me dresses that they have are very cute.
It is really, really sweet. So we hope that there are a lot of folks there cheering you on in the crowd.
Appreciate that.
It is now time for us to check out a few of the highlights that you will see on today's live show. If you're looking to book a great winter vacation, now's the time to start the process. The Glenwood Hot Springs Resort in Colorado is a great option. It's part of the Colorado Historic Hot Springs Loop, and it gives you a chance to experience some beautiful winter landscapes. A travel expert will give us a guide, and we will share it with you in our second half hour.
Best-selling historical fiction author Sharon Virts, has received numerous accolades for her commitment to historic preservation. Her new book, The Grays of Truth, is inspired by true events involving one of Baltimore's most powerful families and is the story of one woman's mission to get answers in her fight for redemption. We'll go between the pages and find out her inspiration for writing the book that's coming up in just about 15 minutes.
And with the start of the holiday season just around the corner, we may all be planning a road trip to visit family and friends. If you're traveling with small children, it's important to have them riding in a child safety seat and secured properly. Our friends from AAA Mid-Atlantic and Richmond Ambulance Authority, good morning, have partnered to offer free car seat safety inspections. Harold Bayfield, a child passenger safety seat technician with the Richmond Ambulance Authority, is here and will share those details still to come in our live show.
Of course, we have precious cargo, both of us, but let's get a check-in with the all-important weekend forecast. Tom Patton, it's kind of gross out there.
Yes, thank you so much. Yes, it is.
But you're not gross, Tom.
There it is.
It's all right. I understand. Hey, listen, I think the drizzle finally came to an end or coming to an end. It was drizzling about 45 minutes ago, half hour ago. Right now, let me see. Let me just step into a little more. Less under a tree. I think we may have stopped it here. That's not to say we can't get a little patchy drizzle yet for the next half hour or so, but all right. Good deal of clouds still. That's going to take a while to start breaking those up, but it should be by this afternoon, probably after the noon hour. We'll start to see more of that. 51 degrees right now. I think we've been at 51 since I came in early this morning. Cloudy skies, north breezes at 8 miles per hour, 40s and 50s. Everybody's pretty much where they've been all morning long. We still have that flood warning in the Chesapeake Bay area till 6 p.m. just due to coastal low, kind of pushing water back in, and they're expecting maybe a foot above normal out there. And you can still see that counterclockwise flow of air. Still a couple little spots of drizzle or a very light shower out there. But you can see back into the valley, it's starting to clear out a little bit. So some drier air is going to start to work its way in here eventually. But a couple little showers and sprinkles and areas of drizzle yet to flush out of the area before that happens. So still a little unsettled yet. This area of low pressure is starting to move away and will continue to do so throughout the day today. And that's going to allow high pressure to bring in some drier air for us. It's already trying to do so in western Virginia and northern Virginia. It will eventually work its way to us, so just be patient here. All right, throughout the morning, still a lot of clouds. The clouds then begin to break up into the afternoon hours, mostly clear tonight to tomorrow morning. So tomorrow morning's looking great. Got the marathon tomorrow, lots of sunshine. Temperatures will be in the 60s tomorrow, and it's going to be a dry weekend. We'll just have more clouds on Sunday compared to Saturday, but nonetheless dry. Tropical storm Sarah is going to weaken, hit the Yucatan Peninsula, become a depression, and then kind of drift into the Gulf. And it's still picking up that it may either reorganize, re-strengthen a little bit, recirculate a touch, and maybe have an effect on parts of Florida into next week. To what capacity, I don't know. It doesn't look like a real tight circulation or anything like that, but it may become a tropical storm or a depression or something like that again. That'll be the middle of next week, Tuesday, Wednesday time frame. For us, we're going to dry out later today. We're going to be dry for the weekend, a little warmer, numbers into the 60s, a quick jump up into the lower 70s Monday. Cooler next week, more showers then by the middle of the week. I hope you have a great weekend. Virginia This Morning will continue right after this.
To you. We hope that your Friday will be fabulous and that we are helping you get off to a great start this morning. It is just after 9 o'clock and Virginia This Morning is underway. Thank you for joining us each and every weekday morning from 9 to 10 a.m. I'm Amy Lacey and I am graced with Kristen Lur's presence today. You've never been here with me on a Friday and I love it.
I know. I feel like this time I've made more of an appearance this week, which is nice.
Yeah, it's great to have you on Virginia This Morning.
I enjoy it. It's going to be another great day here in Central Virginia. So many things to do and see, especially on the weekends like we were talking about. And speaking of weekends, we were already talking about what we had planned. Anything specific for you?
Just really catching up because this has been a very busy week. We've had a lot going on here at work and then in my own personal life. So it will be nice to, you know, tackle that mountain of laundry that I have. Not necessarily fun, but it will, you know, it will be some peace of mind to be able to catch up on some things.
Just check some things off of your list. It's kind of nice to get through all of the chores. I heard tomorrow is going to be a little bit nicer. I think Tom said that. So once the rain can kind of move out, maybe get outside, enjoy our last couple days of nicer weather, I think.
Yeah, because, you know, I think we finally did kind of hit into that fall season, that lull, and it's darker now. So when we do have the daylight and we have the kind of warmer temperatures, you got to go out and you have to enjoy it because there will be plenty of months, plenty of days where we're just sitting inside with soup on the stove and reading a book or something like that with the fire. That is all. I mean, that's not bad either, but
just set it up. It sounds really cozy.
Yeah, a cozy day is a very good thing. Well, best-selling author Sharon Verts makes her first appearance on our live show. Welcome. Her new book, The Grays of Truth, is a suspenseful historical mystery filled with twists and turns that will have you on the edge of your seat. We will talk with her still to come this morning.
I love it. And if you're looking for a fun winter vacation, Colorado is always a fun destination. A top travel insider shares some helpful information to help you start planning your winter getaway.
And did you know that 4 out of 5 child car seats are installed incorrectly? I'm not surprised by that because they can be daunting when you get that box and then they say, put it in your car and your child in it too. Our friend Harold Mayfield from the Richmond Ambulance Authority is here. You just saw him. He's going to show us how to do it right every single time.
Precious cargo that we're taken around town.
Yes, we are. The Let's Make a Deal Scratcher is the latest one from the Virginia Lottery. CBS 6 and the Virginia Lottery are giving 4 lucky contestants the chance to win a $100 Scratcher prize pack.
For more information, just visit the link that you see on the screen right now. Be sure to tune in on Monday, November 18th between 9 and 10 a.m. when we will announce the first winner. Good luck.
Invest 529 and CBS 6 are proud partners in presenting Battle of the Brains every Saturday morning at 10 a.m. Those matches are always amazing to watch.
They're fun to watch. Now this week, St. Anne's Belfield School will face off against Fort Defiance High School. And of course, here's your chance to play now.
We like to get everyone involved.
We have a question. Answer the following question correctly for your chance to win an Invest 529 account worth $529.
That's a great prize.
And here's today's question. Which of the following is a 529 plan in Virginia? Is it A, Invest 529, B, Retire 529, C, Vacation 529, or D, Snack 529? Yeah. Submit your answer now, and you can submit that to BOB. Battle of the Brain.
You have to love Snack 529. I mean, you could raise a lot of money to buy peanut butter cups and pretzels. That would be a great fun to have. Before we head to break, we want to tell you all about a special campaign going on right now that can help you make a difference in the life of a child.
This segment is sponsored by Operation Christmas Child. Operation Christmas Child is excited for their National Collection Week benefiting children in need across the globe. Joining us today to share more is Jean Jones and Linda Whitaker, both volunteers with the organization, and we thank you ladies for being here again. Jean has been with us before. This is your first time. I mentioned to you before the camera came on that Samaritan's Purse is a big part of this. And I have a cousin outside of Asheville, North Carolina, that I've been talking to and checking up on, and she said without Samaritan's Purse, they don't know what they would have done. FEMA came in, did what they were supposed to do, but obviously this is a different mission that you all are doing, and we've talked about this before. Yeah.
Yes, we have.
This is something where a shoebox makes a difference in a child's life. Tell us about that.
The shoe boxes are the way that we pack them with fun, simple items that reach children all around the world. And they make a difference in a child's life because it gives our volunteers on the other side of the shoebox in these foreign countries the opportunity to share Jesus Christ with these children. And so it is the way that we accomplish this. And I was able to go to Trinidad to see firsthand our partners on the other side of the shoebox, and we weren't there to distribute them. That was their work, so we were able to see it unfold in real time.
I've got a quote here from you that says the team included 60 members that witnessed God at work using the simple gift of a shoebox as a means to enable a local pastor the opportunity to share the gospel with the children in that community.
Yeah.
That is huge, isn't it?
It is huge.
Yeah.
And we visited 3 churches and 1 school, and we watched the children open the shoe boxes, and each child received this booklet, The Greatest Gift, with their shoebox before they ever opened their shoebox. Our leaders over there presented the story of Jesus to these children.
Sure.
So before they ever opened the shoebox.
And all of the stuff on the table here, except for my coffee mug, came out of that one shoebox. So that's a lot. Linda, you're a volunteer coordinator, and you do this with this group, but you volunteer. You get volunteers together for lots of groups, don't you?
I do.
Yeah.
I do.
That's got to be rewarding.
It is. You know, I've learned so much. It's kind of a new reach out for community businesses and organizations. I've been amazed at the response from, bigger companies. We have boxes in 3 funeral homes. Blyleys, they've been wonderful. And they wanted those shoe boxes in there so people could fill a shoebox in memory of their loved one.
Nice.
And it's really been nice. And I had the opportunity a couple years ago to meet with the Harley Davidson group. And, I have to
Were you on the back of a motorcycle?
No.
Come on now.
No, they tried to get me on. I'm like, no. But, they were the nicest guys. And one of them I was talking about, a lot of people put handmade stuff in the boxes. And one of the guys raised his hand. He said, well, I love crocheting hats, and I was just floored. I wasn't expecting that. But we also had the opportunity to speak in a prison recently, and these people were so responsive, and they just wanted to pray for the children that received these boxes. So,
Jean, you've seen this in person, and you've seen it work, and you know it does work. What would you tell somebody who wants to get involved with this? How easy is it, and how do they do it?
It's so very easy. At the end, you all will be sharing the website for Samaritan's Purse. Sure. And so on that, there's many different ways to be able to fill a shoebox. Individuals can do it, church groups do it through packing parties. There's a program called Build a Shoebox Online. So if people can't get out and shop, this is a way that they can fill a shoebox, and those shoeboxes reach children in hard to reach places because they're very unique.
Yeah.
And so there are several ways to do it, and the website will direct people.
Corporations can do it, obviously.
Yes, absolutely. A lot of community involvement, community group involvement in this as well. Rotary clubs.
We all think maybe, gosh, I can't make a difference in anybody's life. Who am I? I'm just one person. Yes, you can.
Yes, you can.
And you can do it with a shoebox.
With a shoebox.
yes.
All right. Thank you for all you do, making such a big difference in children's lives, which obviously makes a difference in the world.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you both very much.
Thank you.
And good luck with the operation. Operation Christmas Child's National Collection Week is happening November 18th through the 25th. Donations can be dropped off at any of the locations listed on your screen. For more information, please give them a call, 804-779-2101, or visit SamaritansPurse.org. And Virginia This Morning returns after a quick break.
Welcome back to our live Friday morning show. It's not just one of the most historical resorts in the country, it's our nation's first and continues to be a bucket list destination for so many. We're taking a trip to the Homestead Resort. It's the latest installment in the Discover with Dave series. Take a look.
This segment is sponsored by Rockingham Insurance.
There aren't many things that are claimed to be the first of its kind. The Homestead is America's first resort, dating back to 1766. Rising out of the Allegheny Mountains in Hot Springs, it's an upscale destination for the finer things in life. My visit started with the Virginia Wine Experience, offering choices of whites and reds from across Virginia, paired with likely one of the best charcuterie boards you've had, and all with this painting of a backdrop. While dining ranges from the formal to much less so, it's all tailored to the resort's brand of always luxurious. The 2 championship golf courses are a huge draw, with one featuring the nation's oldest first tee, still in use today. If you'd like something a little louder, there's the sporting clay course, which you could then follow with horseback riding, archery and axe throwing, bike tours, tennis, fly fishing, and even falconry. After such an arduous day, you could then treat yourself even more at the Spa and Wellness Center, ending your day in the hot tub and then a nightcap in the Presidential Lounge. But one of the most unique things in such a unique place are the famous warm spring pools. Located 5 miles from the main resort, it's believed humans have been enjoying the supposed healing, regenerative powers of these natural springs for several thousand years. 2 iconic buildings, men's and ladies, cover crystal clear pools with a constant, comforting temperature of around 98 degrees. This is something you just have to try. Walking through the Great Hall, you come to realize the reason why over the past 250 years, 24 U.S. presidents have visited here. It's not just one of Virginia's gems, but one of our country's. In Hot Springs, I'm Dave Parker.
Thank you for that, Dave. For home, auto, and farm insurance, give Rockingham Insurance a call at 800-434-7736 or visit rockingham.insure to find a local agent. Now let's check in with Kristen.
Thanks, Amy. I'm here with Harold Mayfield. He's a child passenger safety seat technician and is going to show us how to properly install the car seat. More bells and whistles than you think. That's next on our live show. We'll be right back. Welcome back to our live Friday show. Our friends at AAA Mid-Atlantic and the Richmond Ambulance Authority are offering free car safety seat inspections.
It is a startling fact, but 4 out of 5 car seats are installed incorrectly. Our friend of the show, Harold Mayfield with the Richmond Ambulance Authority, is here to advise on how we can all do it right. Thank you for being here because this is invaluable information.
Thank you, and this is what we try to do for preventative care. What we want is to make sure that these things, because as parents, we buy car seats because we want to keep that child safe. So we just want to make sure that they're nice, secured, but we need to make sure that it's installed properly. That way, this can do its job, right?
Right.
It can make sure that the kids stay safe.
They're all different, a little bit different.
Yes.
That is the hard part. So walk walk us through with this particular model some of the features that it has that might be shared with some other brands, but that, you know, what we kind of need to know about it.
So this is what we call a convertible model. Reason why it's called a convertible, because you can use it at different stages of the child. So it can be rear facing, it can be forward facing, and then all the way they could technically be in this all the way up until even booster area.
Okay.
So the way these work, there's always more than one way to install the car seat. You have either the anchor systems, which is going to be when you have the latches that hook into in your vehicles. You have the, you know, if you look at the inside your vehicle, you might see like a little logo just like this, showing you where the latch systems go. And then you have the tether across the top. They'll go around the back side of the seat to hold it nice and secure. That's option one. Second option is going to be actually using the seatbelt of the vehicle itself. Okay. Trick with that is make sure you pull the seatbelt all the way out when you do that, because then that way it'll get that the ratchet working to where it'll actually hold it in place.
Do you need both of them at the same time?
Great question. No, you do not. Okay. And it's actually best if you do not use both of those at the same time. Pick one and roll with it.
Okay. Yeah. Whichever one would be easiest.
Absolutely.
Maybe to latch the both on the side.
Well, the reason why they do this is not for, you know, it's because they know every vehicle is different, every car seat's different. Yeah. Can every single car seat work on every single vehicle? They're trying to make them so they can, because you don't want to go buy the nice car seat that you want and then come home and realize there's nothing I can do to put in my vehicle. So therefore, they try to make it so they can work, be interchangeable a little bit. And then also, as a parent, you're going to possibly move that car seat to another car sometime throughout the child being in it. So therefore, you know, if I buy this for my car and it works great, I want the same thing to be able to work in somebody else's car as well.
You know, sometimes on the car seats I see the little ball that shows if it's in the blue. Yeah, the balance
That's
ball.
what I was just about to ask about. It can be so confusing because some seats, and between my car and others that my daughter's seat have been in, you can't get it to balance in particular seats. What are you supposed to do? Should you put a riser underneath or something to secure it?
So I was actually helping with an install this past week. A friend of mine just had a baby yesterday. Beautiful baby boy, Zayden. But we were doing that in their car, and they're like, hey, that balance is off. What do I do? I was like, you got a pool noodle? She's like, yeah. I was like, hey. We measured a pool noodle the same size, and then we wedged it in the front part.
There you go.
And then bring that balance perfectly up. But some of them, too, it all depends on, too, just the pressure that you have or how secure the car seat is in with the seat. So if it's, maybe it's just, I have to get a little bit tighter, and now it's perfectly fine. Or might have to wedge something there. You want something that's going to have a little more substantialness to it, not something that's going to, you don't want to do a towel where it just, you know, after a time it just deflates, right?
Oh, right.
Yeah.
So something that would absolutely work.
So I have kids 1 and 4 years old. Amy's child's a little bit older, so that's 3 different ages that we're looking at for car seats. Does that have anything to do with forward facing, rear facing, what kind of car seat we're using?
So real quick, less than 2 years, they should be rear facing. We have proven over time that is the safest way for them. And then after the 2-year mark, then you can switch them to the forward facing. That's what it is nice when you get like a convertible style like this, but they do also sell the car seats just in each stage as well. But the forward facing would start at after age 2. And then, but there's also some things that change when you do that. So like one of the things so with this car seat right here, if we had the child in here and we have it as rear facing. So you see these marks right here, these are for the seat belts to go to hold the child in. The parameters of these change depending on if it's forward facing or rear facing. If they're rear facing, you want these lines right here or the seat belts to go at or just below the shoulder of the baby. Versus when you're at forward facing, you want at or just above.
Okay.
It's just different ways to make it to where it's most comfortable and the best for the baby.
This has a little bit of everything here.
Like I said, this is a convertible. This is the one-stop shop. I mean, it has it, and it even has its directions right here on the side to show you, you know, how to do it in different stages, whether you're doing the rear facing or forward facing. The one thing I'd be very cautious with when you look at convertibles is going to be weight.
Okay.
Some of these convertibles are not made for smaller newborns, so therefore it wouldn't be beneficial for them.
Sure.
And they have the extra pads in there.
Yeah.
But they do have the extra pads to hold them in. Typically what you'll have is those carrier ones will go down as low as 6 pounds, versus the convertible ones may start at 10 pounds, might be the lowest that it allows. But this is what you need to look at when you're going to buy your car seat, is to see, the specs for it as to what weights and what style it is.
And quickly, you know, we talked about that statistic that is scary. 4 out of 5 installed incorrectly.
I can guarantee you that is absolutely true because
Yeah,
we
what
do
do you see?
installs all the time.
What do you see? What is an error that people are making and they don't even know that they're doing it?
One would be the seatbelt, like I was telling you about. If you don't pull it all the way out, that's one. Another one that, and it's so scary. So us as parents, we buy all this stuff that we think is safety, right? So you think kids in a car seat, we need to put, you know, a mirror here so I can watch them the whole time. Well, first of all, if you're watching them, you're not watching the road, which is dangerous already. But the other problem is in an accident, that stuff that you have hanging and all around becomes a projectile.
Okay.
So definitely stay away from those. A lot of times what we see is the shoulder straps and stuff might be a little loose.
Yeah.
You only want 1 inch, so you want to be able to pinch just 1 inch of the webbing. Anything more or anything less is not good. The other thing is going to be this buckle in the center. You want to make sure that stays right there at the nipple line of the baby. That's one of the things that happens. And honestly, a lot of times what happens is the parents bring the car seats in and they'll use both the latch and the seat belt. So that's another very common mistake that we see. But I can definitely tell you, definitely 4 out of 5 is the right number.
That statistic is right. And
Yes.
hopefully we can help some sort of parents today just by the segment here that we were able to do and everything you were able to show. Thank you so much, Harold, for coming in and show us the safety parts of the safety seat.
Yeah, a lot of people hitting the road for Thanksgiving.
Absolutely. Just make sure. So we do have 2 events going on next week. We have it on Wednesday and Thursday. So Wednesday will be at Target over at Chippenham and Forest Hill, and then the next day will be right across the street at Walmart will be the next day.
Walmart and Target.
Yeah, and we'll have all that stuff posted as well.
And we have all that. AAA Mid-Atlantic and Richmond Ambulance Authority presents a Thanksgiving Safety Fair and offering, that's what he was talking about, the free car seat safety inspections. The first one scheduled for Wednesday, November 20th, as Harold said, from 3 to 5 p.m. at Target. That's 7107 Forest Hill Avenue in Richmond.
Then on Thursday, November 21st, from 3 to 5 p.m., they will be at the Walmart, 2410 Sheila Lane in Richmond. For more information, visit virginiathismorning.com. There is so much to know about it. Thank you for coming in today.
Thank you for having me.
Stay with us. We'll be right back with more Virginia This Morning. Welcome back. It isn't always black or white. The truth hides in the grays. That's a fitting quote to set up the premise of our next guest's new novel. She's a best-selling historical true crime author and is excited about the release of The Grays of Truth. We welcome Sharon Verts to Virginia This Morning. Congratulations on the book.
Thank you so much for having me, and thank you for just hosting me here this morning.
We absolutely love talking to authors because you have that inspiration. Where did the inspiration for this book come from?
Well, interestingly, it came from my last book.
Okay.
So I was researching forensic science in the 19th century, and I stumbled across the work of a Professor William Tonry. And he had done the, quote, forensic analysis. It was more like chemical analysis of the victim of my first book. It was a little girl who had been poisoned by arsenic. And so through that, I found this particular story where he had testified in another trial in Baltimore in 1871 timeframe.
Wow, so
Yes.
you put so much time into making everything historically accurate. And what is it like writing in present day about way in the past?
Well, it's interesting because you have to, in my mind, make it relatable. So if I used a lot of the terms that they used when they actually spoke, or if I went down too many rabbit holes, which they did oftentimes, it would distract today's reader. So you have to balance what we know today with what they didn't know then, which makes it even more complicated if you follow what I'm getting at. So for example, they didn't know back then that malaria was caused by mosquitoes, right? And so they thought it was caused by something else. And so we have to make sure that we try to set the background, the tone, so that today's readers can understand what they're talking about.
So you are also going out and you're going to be meeting some of your readers. Tell us about an event that's coming up.
Yeah, so I will be at the Book People in Rico tomorrow from 1 to 3. signing copies of the book, as well as doing a little talk about the sort of the background and the history of that time period and of this particular family that I'm writing about.
And how did you, I guess, get connected to this family in the first place?
As I said, interesting is that the ties to this town in this particular event goes back to the town that I grew up in, which is in Leesburg. So the woman in this trial, this is being protected. Her name's Ellen Wharton, and she's being protected by the governor of Maryland, who at the time was Thomas Swan. Thomas Swan was also the president of the B&O Railroad, and the Wharton family mined the metals that went into their cars and their rails and their engines of the trains. And so therefore, there wasn't a big investigation. Well, Thomas Swan also owned this great huge home just north of Leesburg called Morven Park. And so it was kind of interesting that, I live not a mile and a half from Morven Park, that the guy that was protecting the woman who's on trial here was actually in my backyard, so to speak. So it kind of resonated me in that regards. And also, the story has what I call the greatest elements of a true crime historical fiction novel. A rich, sort of dysfunctional family, lots of motives for murder, and lots of dead bodies lying around. So it was a really interesting sort of project to take on.
And I love that whole concept of, it's not black and white. The truth is in the grays.
Highs in the grays, it does indeed.
So tell us about that. Without giving too much away, what will some folks who are reading this book, what will they learn about the grays?
Well, what happens is that Jane Grey Wharton is married into a family that is very dysfunctional, and it's much like some of our Thanksgiving dinners, what goes on, the drama. And she believes her sister-in-law is killing off members of the family. But what's actually happening is that no one will investigate any of these strange deaths because A, the woman she's accusing, Ellen, her sister-in-law, is being protected by the governor, and B, her family thinks that she's crazy because she spent time in a mental institution. So it's her struggle with what's true, what's not true. It's a bit of a psychological thriller as well as historical fiction. It's not boring. It doesn't sort of go on and on and on forever about nothing. It really does have a very fast pace, and I think it's like a today's whodunit, but back then.
Yes.
So I think it's exciting, and I think it's a great book, and I think readers will just love it. I'm trying to relate to audiences that are more younger than what you typically would find in historical fiction audiences.
So at the event for the book signing, people have been waiting for you to have a follow-up because you are a best-selling author. They really have been invested in this original story. What kinds of reaction did you get from folks when you were saying, hey, I'm coming out with this book and it's going to be about this?
They're very excited. So this book actually ends where my second book, the last book I wrote, Veil of Doubt, starts.
Okay.
With Professor Tonley receiving the stomach and duodenum of little Maud Lloyd. So in Veil of Doubt, we start with that death of that child. So you could read them separately. They're not the same books at all, but they are related in the fact that Professor Tonley is in both books.
Well, that is wonderful. We love having you here, and it's great to highlight the work that you're doing and just the interest in the literary community. Just wonderful, wonderful to have you, and we hope that you have a great book signing.
And I brought something for you.
Oh, okay.
So you have the book here, of course.
Yes, I do.
But also, since it's fall, I thought you'd like some Grays of Truth socks to wear while you read.
I love Grays of Truth socks. These are excellent. Thank you so much for that.
And I'll be giving a pair away tomorrow at the book signing. So if you come out to the book people in Rico, you will maybe qualify to get a pair of socks just like I gave to Amy.
Okay, you're so excited about it. Here's that information that you need. Here's the information when you release the book. You have a chance to meet Sharon Verts at her upcoming book signing happening tomorrow, November 16th at 1 p.m. at Book People. That is 10464 Ridgefield Parkway in the Glen Eagle Center in Henrico. For more information, we will post a link on our show website later today at virginiathismorning.com. Kristen, over to you.
I love those socks. That's so cute. If you don't have plans tonight, come on out, support the VCU women's basketball team. It's VCU versus Temple. Support her game at the Siegel Center. For more information, including tickets, call 804-828-RAMS, or you can visit vcuathletics.com/tickets. We'll be right back. Welcome back. Are you ready for a winter getaway? In this segment, Andreas White Murdaugh caught up with one of our favorite travel insiders. Here's their conversation.
The seasons are changing, and there's still time for you to book the perfect vacation to a winter weather location. Today, we're with one of our favorite travel experts, Janine Tornatore. Hi, Janine.
Hey, great to be here.
Great to be with you. It looks like you are in the perfect spot and bundled up for a lovely vacation. Tell us about where you are. It sounds like it's all the rave these days.
Yes, well, I'm coming to you from Glenwood Springs, Colorado. And when most people think about Colorado, they think about those big, world-class ski resorts and Aspen, Breckenridge, Vail, those big destinations. But there really is so much more to do here for folks that may be coming for a ski trip and want to add a couple of extra days on, or even just create a different type of winter vacation. So let's start right here in Glenwood Springs. I'm standing here at the Glenwood Hot Springs Resort. This dates back to 1888, and it is actually home to the world's largest hot springs pool. Absolutely beautiful setting here where you can take in these therapeutic mineral baths. This is really a growing popular thing to do. Last May, they actually opened the Yampa mineral baths here. So they added on to this resort. And this coming spring, they're opening a boutique hotel called Hotel 1888. So, and renovating the rooms, they're really expanding here. Also in Glenwood Springs, there's the Iron Mountain Hot Springs. There are 16 geothermal pools here at this one, and they added 10 new riverside pools. They've got a cold plunge. You're also going to find vapor caves here locally where you can take in these therapeutic, mineral steam experiences. That dates back to when the Native Americans used to use those caves. And this is all part of, in Colorado, their historic hot springs loop. There's over 23 hot spring soaking experiences around the state. It's a really cool thing to do, especially during this winter season. Yeah.
Absolutely. Who knew it was so expansive? And truly, you can add this on or make this your primary destination. There's no wrong answer here. Now, when we think of winter, we also think about skiing. And for folks like me, maybe not want to get out on the slopes, but you're saying there's some options for those who may not be the top skiers of the winter.
Exactly. And there's so many ways to experience these mountain destinations without actually putting on skis or, again, adding on an extra day to do some of these activities. One of my favorites and one of my teenagers' favorites is snowmobiling. This really gets you out into the mountain, and there are guided tours all over the state. They're family friendly, lots of places to do this. Close nearby here to Glenwood is Sunlight Mountain Resort, where you can take guided family tours. Also, Grand Junction, Colorado is one of my favorites because you can take snowmobile tours out into the Grand Mesa National Forest. So absolutely stunning settings there. Another favorite to do here is snowshoeing or cross-country skiing. That really gets you out into the mountain, and no experience required for these. And there's some really cool experiences you can do with these. So a couple of my favorites, outside of Leadville, Colorado, there is the Tennessee Pass Cookhouse. So you cross-country ski or snowshoe up to it, then you get a 4-course candlelight dinner as your reward. There's also near Crested Butte, Colorado, the Magic Meadows Yurt, where you get to take a moonlight snowshoe and cross-country ski excursion and dinner. So really cool experiences there. And then another favorite is ice climbing. And a lot of people hear this and they think that sounds a little intimidating, but I have to tell you, there are so many great outfitters around the state that teach you how to do it, that get you all geared up, and they take you out to a lot of great places to learn. Lake City, Colorado is a hot spot over here in the San Juan Mountains for that. They added new terrain this year. And also Ouray, Colorado, a world-renowned destination for ice climbing, where they even celebrate every year with an ice climbing festival. So you can go out and watch the pros if you're not quite ready to do it yourself.
What a way to have a brand new experience, even if you're just having a meal. You've done something new, and now the meal might be your reward. Now, you don't have to break the bank to have these wonderful outdoor winter experiences. You've got some recommendations for some smaller resorts that are out there.
I do. Yeah. There are these, big Colorado resorts out here, but they can be a little on the pricey side. There are so many affordable options if you're willing to get a little bit off the beaten path. So some great, more local and regional hills here that have, really affordable options. Sunlight Mountain Resort, close to Glenwood here, they have their ski, stay, and swim packages. So that can make it really affordable. Great one for families there. Durango, Colorado, in the southwest part of the state, is home to Purgatory mandatory ski resort. At this resort, you can get a free Powder Kids season pass for kids 12 and under. And they also have really affordable lift ticket rates there as well. Loveland ski area, they have free snow cat skiing on the Continental Divide. And Howelson Hill near Steamboat Springs actually has free skiing on Sundays. So, who knew there were a lot of great affordable ways to really take in these mountains here. You just have to kind of know where to go and, again, get off the beaten path a little bit. And I should also mention another affordable way to do a place like Colorado is to go car free. It's really doable here. They have the Amtrak train right out of downtown Denver that gets you up to many of the ski destinations. And they also have a bus called the Snow Stang that goes to a lot of the ski resorts too. So another easy, affordable, and sustainable way to travel around here.
Well, knowing where to go is half the battle, and you've given us all the places to go. Thank you so much for keeping us informed and giving us all kinds of new ideas about where we can spend our winter season, our holiday season in the best of ways. Safe travels to you as you get back to Chicago, and thanks always.
My pleasure.
For those of you who'd like to learn more about Janine Tornatore and the locations that she's mentioned, visit our show website by early this afternoon, virginiathismorning.com.
This segment is sponsored by UMFS.
There are so many children in our communities who are in need of loving and caring homes. Becoming a foster parent is an incredible way to give back. Alexa Ritz, Program Director of the Richmond Regional Center at UMFS, joins us today to share more. Thank you for being here today.
Yeah, thank you for having me.
What is the current state of the foster care system in Virginia?
So actually there are 5,000 children in foster care in Virginia, and we are really working towards bringing them into their community and making sure we wrap around them with the families that we can support them with.
If folks are watching at home and they are interested in becoming a foster parent, what criteria do they have to meet?
Yeah, so you do need to be 21 years old. You do need to have stable income, a driver's license. You need to be able to have a reliable transportation. And obviously we need you to have a place in your heart and in your home to be able to have a space for the child to be in the home with you.
How does UMFS train folks to become foster parents? What is the process like?
Yeah, so it is about 3 to 6 months, and really we move as fast as the family is able to. And in that process, we first have what's called an information session. And so in the information session, we will share with you about the children that we serve and the qualities we're looking for in a foster family. That is not something that is required. They don't have to, if they come to the info session, it doesn't mean they have to become a foster parent, but it gives them more information. Once they do the information session, we do have a 25-hour training that they do complete, and after that point we do an assessment. So that's a mutual assessment to make sure that we align with our values and making sure that they're going to be a good family for our children.
You want families, interested folks out there, to know that before the process, during the process, having that child in your home and your heart, they're not alone. How does UMFS support foster families?
Yeah, so we are able to provide 24/7 support to our families. They have a case manager that helps support them, and they do training and guidance with them. We do have 24-hour on-call support, and we have a once-a-month support group as well as respite. So we are able to help the families with a break, and then we support the children in that home.
And there is just such a need out there with so many children who are in the foster system, many more children than even parents who are available. You get referrals each and every day for foster parents.
Correct, yeah. That's the biggest challenge. I mean, every single day we have 10 to 12 referrals that will come in, and we do not have enough families to help support, especially those that can help us with our older teens. That really is the struggle that we have, is to be able to provide and wrap around those older teens, as they have a higher risk of going in becoming homeless.
Why would you tell someone out there to, if they're considering it, why should they take that leap and open their homes and their hearts to a child?
It's the commitment to Virginia and to support our kids, honestly. It's that they need you right now. We have so many children that are waiting for good homes, and so if you're thinking about it, go for it, do it. We are here to help and wrap around and support them every step of the way.
And these are children who are in all different age groups, correct?
Yes, so we do serve from 0 to 21 years old. So yeah, it's a range of children that are coming in. As I mentioned before too, we really are focusing on those older teens as they need that support, and we have a lot of referrals coming in those are the ones that each day we're really trying to make a match with those families.
It is such a special service that someone out there can provide to a child in need. Thank you for bringing this information to Virginia this morning.
Yeah.
And we really appreciate it and appreciate everyone out there who is making a difference in the community in this way. UMFS is located at 3900 West Broad Street in Richmond. For more information, give them a call at 804-353-4461 or visit the website umfs.org. You can connect on social media as well. Stay with us. Virginia This Morning returns after the break. Welcome back to our live Friday edition of Virginia This Morning. This has certainly been a fun week here. We had the lottery takeover show on Tuesday where we both got to wear costumes as we did our job. So that was a lot of fun. But just there's been so much great energy here with a band this week and great authors, and we've had great cooking segments. We always say that Virginia This Morning, if you miss one day, you miss so much because we're a different show each and every day.
I like that. It was kind of like Halloween was extended so many days after actual Halloween because we all showed up in costume. So that was really fun, and we were outside for this segment. We had folks coming into the building that were guests on the show. So it was nice. It was fun. It's always nice to have giveaways, too.
Yeah, you mentioned Halloween. Now we are really going towards Thanksgiving. My goodness, this year has gone by so quickly. But Thanksgiving is a great time to just kind of relax a little bit. Even if you have to, work in the morning like we often do, you can go home and then you can just be. And that's just the beautiful part of the Thanksgiving holiday.
Yeah, there's not as many people, I would say, in the building, but the people that are here that do have to work on the holiday kind of understand. So we're all trying to get out as quickly as possible. It's nice to talk about, you having lunch when you get home or you're waiting till the evening. Is it going to be dinner?
And you love your family. Wow, thank you to all of our guests today. And all of you who joined us this week, a big shout out to our viewers. We certainly appreciate you.
Our live show returns on Monday. We start promptly at 8:56 a.m.
Be kind to yourself and each other this weekend. Have a great one. We'll see you on Monday morning.
I was so happy.